congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I wonder, was this election something of a fait accompli? Was there ever a time you feared losing?
Oh yeah, I mean, I feared losing right up until, the majority of the precincts came in last night.
When and why did you decide to run for mayor instead of standing pat as a council member?
Well, it does go back to management style, that I thought I have a much more inclusive management style and that had a better ability to get things done.
And how, if at all, will that style change as mayor as opposed to as a council member?
I don't think it will change, and I think people reacted well to that it's important to bring people into the conversation and to be more transparent.
Do you have to be more front and center, though, as mayor?
I would imagine so, yes. And I'm ready for that.
What's the sweet spot on cooperation between the city and the Community Foundation on the Performing Arts Center? Will the city run the center, or will some sort of partnership? Who should decide construction and other contracts?
Well, right now it is still all under negotiation. There was a frequently asked question sheet that went out by the city that outlined that the city would retain ownership and how it would be handled. We are working through some, I guess they're legal issues on how we can secure the money and how we can put public and private money into one project and not run afoul of the law, and how everybody can get tax breaks. And that's really what we are researching in depth right now.
Will the city definitely own it, though, at the end?
The city will own it, yes.
Do you see the council with some new members shifting significantly on pending or future issues?
I haven't really had a chance to sit down and talk to Sharon Hightower or Jamal Fox. I'm not exactly where they stand on issues that are before the council right now. Mike has been on the council before and on the county commissioners, and I know him fairly well, so I think everybody will be easy to work with. I don't think that we have people who are too steeped in ideology that aren't willing to look at the holistic approach when we tackle a problem.
Do you foresee any major leadership changes on city staff as a result of the elections?
No.
What will the city do about the Bessemer Shopping Center project? What will the council do to improve East Greensboro in general?
There are actually two very exciting proposals that are making their way through the system right now on the Bessemer Center. We do have it on next Tuesday's agenda, but I think we're going to continue it a little while because both of these two projects really deserve some more vetting. One is a little bit more public, which is that self-help would come in and take it over, and they would be the leasing agent and put the co-op in it. The other idea is more in its infancy right now, and they're trying to get the partners to the table, which is a different solution. It still would include a grocery store, but the use is one that hasn't been discussed before, and I think it's very exciting. And it also would be a partnership with A&T, UNCG, and possibly GTCC.
And details coming on that in the coming weeks?
I would say by the first of the year. We really need to work with the neighborhoods and let them know what is under consideration at this point, because this is kind of a late-breaking development. So we have these two very good proposals, and we're going to weigh them and make the best decision, and one that will really serve the surrounding communities.
What do you think should be done with the county's prison farm?
Well, as you've read in your own newspaper, I'm sure that there's the talk of converting it into a mega site, and that they're talking with different municipalities right around that area. That the county's contribution would be the land, and that the city, I think, would do the sewer, and the water would come from Burlington. The county is at the table, and they're very interested in this proposal, so I think it's something that's worth pursuing.
But what sort of industry would you like to see locate there, if any?
Well, the idea is that it would be high-tech industry, because that's where the Duke Power grid is. And there was an article not too long ago that Greensboro, and specifically that area of Greensboro, is one of the top 3 places in the world to locate data centers.
Data centers don't come with a lot of jobs, though.
Well, they do come with an awful lot of investment, and the jobs that they do come with are usually well-paying jobs. And you can put a lot of data centers out at that property. And it doesn't mean that that would be all that you could put out there, but that they would be high-tech jobs.
What is your relationship with some of the commissioners in charge of the Board of Commissioners?
I know them socially. I know most of them socially. I've known Linda Shaw for quite a while. I think we'll have a good working relationship with all of the members.
I want to read you a quote from Mayor Perkins during the campaign. Robbie Perkins leads the way. I would say Nancy Vaughan drags her heels and reluctantly comes to the table. Is there some truth in that?
No, I think that's just, typical campaign, propaganda. And I disputed that in many different locations, and it just is a misrepresentation.
Is there anything from the mayor's style that you can or will take away and incorporate into yours as you go forward? Or is this, do you, like you said earlier, just want to continue to be the less aggressive,
well,
more contemplative?
Yeah, I mean, certainly, I now become the figurehead of the city, which is something that I haven't done before, which is really, I have stepped out of my comfort zone, and I think that's when you do the most growing, when you're out of your comfort zone. So I will be much more public, and I think I am the one who can really bring the message about why Greensboro is the place to live, work, and play.